Hi, welcome. My name is Joshawn Simpson. Welcome to PT 101. What we're going to do is what I'm going to be demonstrating today is a clearing test and a basic movement, cert, abdominal measurements, and hip and waist ratio, and skin fold. So basically, the clearing test is a screen before any movement process can be done. Clearing test is a screen that a personal trainer takes their client through and identify any potential contradictions associated with pain. These pains might not be noticeable by the client after the clearing test. Um, After the clearing test or during the clearing test, the client may exhibit pain in the areas, and then if the client does exhibit pain, then the personal trainer should refer the client to a physician and not work on those specific pain painful areas. Now, as far as the movement goes, the movements can be broken down and described by five primary movements of daily activities. You have bending, raising, and lifting. You have single leg movements. You have pushing movements in vertical and horizontal phase. You have pulling movements and you have rational movements. Action movement is an effective method to determine the contribution that muscle imbalances and poor muscles have on the neural control, and it helps identify movement compensation. So basically, I don't have a client. So basically, I'm gonna be performing the the clearing test before we do the bending, lifting, and rising movement test. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna sit into this chair. I'm gonna sit comfortably into the chair. I'm gonna sit very comfortably. Okay. So now the first screen test is the cervical spine requirements. Proper seated with back rested against the backrest. And first of all, I'm gonna do the cervical flexion. I'm gonna bring my head forward down to my rib cage, and then I'm gonna go up. Now I'm going to do the cervical extension. I'm going to tilt my head back to where my face is parallel to the floor. Now I'm going to come back forward. Now I'm going to drop my chin to the left, 2 inches from my clavicle and my shoulder. 2 centimeters, excuse me. Okay, and now I'm going to switch it. Okay. So there we have with that. Now the next one we have, which is the shoulder impingement. We're looking for impingement in the shoulder. We're looking for anything that's happened in the acromion process that's really sore. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my left hand and I'm going to place it on my right shoulder. I'm going to take my left hand, I'm going to place it on my right shoulder. So I'm going to take my left hand and I'm going to place it on my right shoulder, and I'm going to lift my elbow as high as possible. Feels good. Okay. So now I'm going to take my right hand and put my right hand on my left shoulder, like so. I'm going to lift my elbow up as high as possible. Okay, now there we go. So now, here we go with the first movement. So with the first movement, with the bending, lifting, and rising, you want to make sure I'm going to use 2 shell toe Nike Air Force Ones, and those are going to be my duals. So basically, what we're looking for is we're looking for the strain in the lower back, pelvic tilt, bending forward instead of having your knees up under your body, or weak abdominals and weak lower back, which compensates with hips moving forward because you can't brace, because you're not bracing with your lower. You can't use your lumbar spine or your rectus or your external obliques or your rectus abdominis. So basically, we're gonna do 4 sessions. We're gonna do 4 lifts, 4 bend, lift, and rise. Okay, so we got our legs shoulder width apart. We got our legs. We got our feet shoulder width apart. We got our feet shoulder width apart, and we're gonna drop down, and we're gonna grab them, and we're gonna come up. That's 1. Then we're gonna come down again. We're gonna drop them. We're gonna grab them. We're gonna come up. That's 2. Okay, we want to make sure we keep our feet parallel. Okay, we're gonna drop them. We're gonna grab them. We're gonna come up again. That's 3. Now we're gonna do it one more time. Okay, we're gonna drop them. We're gonna grab them, and we're gonna rise up again. So as you can see, that when I come down, my legs is pretty strong. My quadriceps, my patella, my legs are not going out. They're pretty much staying pretty straight. Body, chest is over the knees, knees is over the feet, and it's straight down parallel, and it's all the way up. Thank you. So now next we're going to do the hip. Next we're going to do the skin fold measurements. Now the skin fold measurements is very, 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 very important because there's someone that can be over fat, overweight, over fat, underweight, or you can look like you're very lean, or you can have a lot of hypertrophy. You can have a lot of lean muscle mass, or you can have a lot of mass, a lot of muscles, or whatever. And so what the body weight, body fat caliper test, what that does for you is that you can actually see how much body percent fat that you have or that you want to lose. So basically, what we're gonna do first is we're gonna do the abdominal. We're gonna do the abdominal circumference. So what we do is we have a soft tape measure. We have the soft tape measure, and we're gonna measure it, and we're gonna wrap it around. So you want to make sure that your client knows exactly what you're doing. You want to use a lot of soft skills, and you want to make sure that he's comfortable with doing this. Guys, they can have their shirt on, but through the whole test, you would have to take your shirt off unless they're wearing a tank top. A tank top, you can get to certain regional points, and but it's good for guys with shirts off, ladies with a sports bra, and nice tight shorts, or something that's the matter. Okay, so here we go. We wanna put this around our waist, around our rectus abdominis, and we want to pull it tight. We want to pull it tight. So right here we have a 38. So we have a 38. So we're going to record all this. You want to make sure that you have something handy to record this down so you won't forget. So you have 38, 38, rectus, abdominal, abdominals. So now we're going to go with the girth, which is the waist. Now remember, we want to wrap it around. We want to wrap it around tight. So we go there, wrap it all the way around. We want to wrap it tight. And we have about a 33, 34. We have 34. So now we want to calculate that. So now we want to put that down. Okay, we got 34. Okay, next we're about to do the caliper test. Guys and ladies, there's all different sites. Okay, now the first site that we're gonna do is we're gonna do the chest, which is we're gonna do the chest, which is right in the middle between your pec and your shoulder. So what you want to do is it's kind of hard to see exactly what I'm doing here, but you want to come up here, you want to come right in the middle. So that's like 11. So it's about 5.5. It's about 5.5. Then you want to take your pen and you want to mark it. You want to mark the spot. You want to mark the spot. How about we just mark all the spots really fast, and then we can go back through, and then we can take the caliper test. Okay, now the next site is the abdominal, which is 2 inches away from your umbilical. So 2 centimeters, I mean. No, 2 inches, I mean, excuse me. So you want to go 2 inches. So there, 2 inches is about right there. So you want to keep your spot. Take your erasable pen. Mark the X. And now the next site will be the middle of your quadricep, from your hip line down to your patella. That's why it's always good to wear shorts, nice clothing, so that you can be able to get to the spots, get to the sites. Okay, we have about 20. So the middle point will be about 10. So about right there. Then you keep the spot. Now you mark your point. Okay, there we go. So now we're gonna take the actual percentage. So we want to pinch it. You want to relax. You want to pinch it. Right at the spot. You want to pinch it. Right at the spot. Excuse me. You want to pinch it right at the spot. So we have about 30. We have about 30. So now you want to calculate that. So abdominal, we have 30. So now chest. Now we're gonna go. Now we're gonna go with the chest. So now what you want to do is you want to make sure that you got it in the left hand, so you can be able to read. Because if you have it in the right, then it's gonna be. It's a lot easier to read, but it's gonna be kind of backwards a little bit. But for me, it's better if I use the left. So let's try the right this time. See, I can't really grasp it on there, so I got to use the left hand. So you want to grab that. Want to relax. Want to take a nice grab. Okay. 15. And now for the thigh. You want to stay relaxed. Make sure you're hydrated. Okay. Now you want to stay relaxed. Grab that. And we have 17. We have 17. Okay, now we're going to rest for a little bit. Now we're going to take these sights. Again, just to make sure that that all the water goes back to your body and gives enough time for your muscles to be able to go back and go back to normal size. Got a couple seconds here. It's a beautiful day today. Sun shining. Okay, here we go. So for this side, for the abdominal, okay, we're going to grab it. Okay. Going to grab it. Oh, that's a little better. We got 29 on that one. On the abdominal. That's better. So we got 29 on that one. Okay, now the chest. We got 16 on that one. Got 16 on that one. 16. And now for the last one, we got the thigh. $22. Okay. Got 22. So now what we want to do is we want to add all that up. 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 And so we want to go 29 plus 16 plus 22 equals we got 29 plus 16 plus 22 equals 67. So we have a 67. So now what we do is we look on our chart. We look on our chart. We look on the chart, and on the chart it says to be 67. To be 67 on the chart to be 67, and at the age, and at my age, I'm at 35. It says sum of skin. It says sum of skin fold on the body percentage fat estimation for men. It says sum of skin fold millimeters. Okay. 67. So 67. So 65 to 67. And then you go on the grid, and I'm 35, so that's 20.2. 20.2. It says for around my age, I should be around 17, 18, around 17. So 20.2. So that's 17, 18, 19, 20. So that's 3%. I'm 3%. I'm like 3% off. So that's not bad. Speaking that I'm 6'1" and I'm 230 pounds. I'm packing a lot of muscle. I'm building hypertrophy right now. I get 120 minutes of exercise, but I need to get a little bit more cardio, but I don't want to burn too much muscle, so I need to upgrade. I'll say the biggest area that I had it in was probably the rectus abdominis area. I need to break it off. I need to break it off with a lot more core workout, a lot more core, a lot more crunches, a lot more scissor kicks, Supermans, a little more, probably some more deadlifts, more core lifting with the glutes and the external obliques and the rectus abdominis, a lot more stuff like that. Well, thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed PT 101. My name is Joshawn. Thanks a lot.